Alright, hi YouTube. I posted a quicker rundown of this for my other channel, but I'm going to post a video up here on this new channel for people who care more about this car and who want to watch the video for the car. I found a 1972 Honda Z600. I am in Emmett, Idaho, Main Street Auto, pretty close to the downtown here. And yeah, I'm going to cover a few things on it. First of all, I'm assuming that people watching either know something about this car or are interested in old cars in general. I'm hoping to get a few viewers who know more about these than I do, because there are a few parts missing that I'm going to need to acquire. And anyway, if anyone wants to offer me any help, I'd really appreciate it. As you can see, the interior is in really better shape than some I've seen. The dash and everything's looking pretty good. I love the shifter on the column here, if I can get my hand on it. Or on the, whatever you want to call it, dash mounted shifter. Everything's okay. Part of the reason I liked it so much is it looks kind of bad, but there's overall much less rust than I've seen on some of these cars. There's some here. But overall, these are just dirty. There's not a lot of rust, all things considered, on this one, which is why I like it a lot. This one has something I haven't seen on any others I've found online, which is a skylight thing. It pops up. It actually leaks a little bit. Hopefully I can fix that, seal that up a little bit. Maybe it's custom. If anyone knows, let me know. I like it, it's fine, but I'm thinking it might be a modification that's not factory spec or anything like that. But if you've heard of this, let me know. These are present and in good shape. Give you a view of the passenger side. None of the upholstery on the passenger seat is torn anywhere, but the driver's seat has got, over on the inside side there, some tears in it. What's cool is it comes with a lot of documentation, including all of the owner's manual stuff. I like that a lot, actually. And this looks like some sort of sunshade thing that may or may not be made by Honda. It'd be cool if it was, but I doubt it. Actually, while I'm down here, why don't I hit the rather unique hood release they have on these, and I'll show you the engine. So here is the engine. A lot of components in here look pretty good. I opened up the oil cap, and anyway, inside there, the engine, you're not going to be able to see it on my phone quality video here. Stuff's looking pretty clean in there, but that's obviously just the top end stuff that doesn't really reveal a whole lot about it. I did check the oil though, and it's very clean and clear, and about, 3/4 of the way up the dipstick zone oil area, whatever you want to call it. And anyway, I'm a little concerned about what may be more than just surface rust over here, but who knows. There's a pretty glaring omission in the engine bay here, which is the carburetor. If anyone is watching this and has any information about where I can find one, I think I have some parts for one in the car. I've got a box that's full of parts that were strewn about the interior that I collected into a box. I don't have the actual carburetor like assembly, like the body of it and the hoses that attach to each end, or the connection here. So that could be an issue. I don't know where to find one. I've been looking for a little while and haven't had a lot of success. So let me know on that. The back is missing the glass, except that it's not actually missing. I have it stored inside here. That's where I found it, was inside the vehicle. I think there's I'm sure I can glue this down and get some sealant in there to seal out the moisture, any leaks. Hopefully that'll be fine. Just scrape some of this old stuff off. This is in really good shape. I mean, it's glass and it's not broken. So as far as I think there's a chrome strip that goes around the outside of this, and that's not here. That would be more probably cosmetic than functional though. Luckily, functionally, I think the glass will work great. So my dad and I are going to come tow this away in 2 days. To get it ready to put on the trailer, I brought some tires for the 3 that are flat. I actually brought 4 tires, but I'll explain that real quick. These rims are all the appropriate ones with the flat tires. The only tire that still holds air actually is probably the spare rim. The 4th actual proper rim for the car is missing. So I'm going to only put 3 tires on today on those good rims, and leave the spare with its old tire. And the 4th tire, I'm going to try to find the proper rim online somewhere to install. So I'm going to be installing 3 tires today to get it ready to be towed away. Before I forget, I also want to mention people who aren't as familiar with this car. It uses a 600cc 2-cylinder Honda, basically motorcycle engine, as far as I know. It is quite amazing to think about this little car running on 600 cc's, except that it's small and light. I think it weighs about 1,300 pounds. So, but I mean, it's so cool. I'm pretty excited that I got my hands on one. Now I'm going to get back to the tires. So I cheated a little bit. These are the Yokohama A008 tires that I bought for it. I'm going to have commercial tire put them on. All they're going to charge me for is $8 or $6 for a new valve stems on each rim, because these old ones are probably bad. Not going to charge me to put on the tire, so I'm doing this because it was too hard to get them on and off with a pry bar myself. So commercial tires helping me out. Alright, it's done.
All that one's coming apart.
Yeah, they're in bad shape.
What if these are original?
You know, they're very old. They could be.
I don't know if they dated these old ones.
Yeah.
I can't read it. Bam.
Alright, so I got these tires on, and they look great on there. I mean, as good as tires would look on a vehicle like this, I guess. I love those 10-inch rims, but they're hard to find tires for. I'm gonna show people who are interested a little more on the vehicle, mostly related to rust. So down here, the most notable on the outside of the body is what I understand to be typical. This rust down here, just back like behind the tire, and on the other side, it's a little worse. But overall, as you can see, the actual spot isn't all that large. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but I'll figure it out. And under the lights, this looks a little more surfacey, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to get in there and scrape some of it off and see how I feel about that. Anyway, we'll look at a few other rust-related things on the vehicle. Up here you can see like the paint starting to rust through the surface. Not too troubling. I think, as I talked about already, the door jambs right there on the driver's side is the only spot besides this little one. And then move the seat forward. Now I'm not going to show you because I got a bunch of stuff piled back here, including some old alternative rims that were on it, and they're also 10-inch. Under here, under this seat, it folds back up. You lift it up. It's missing the seat bottom, so that's a part that's missing on the car. Pretty major one. But I'll figure out something for that. Underneath it is the largest amount of rust on the vehicle. It's the only area in the floor pan of the vehicle where I could find rust. And anyway, I mean, I found tiny bits, but nothing serious anywhere else. All under this stuff, it all looks good. I've torn up all this carpet already and looked underneath. It's just under these seats there's like a bowl and a bunch of water collected in there. A bowl about 3 feet wide and a foot, 8 inches to a foot, you know, the other dimension, and it's full of rust. But it's really not the worst thing ever. But I mean, if that's the only major spot of rust, then I'm okay with that. You can see the only part of the underside that's rusted here. The only part of the underside that rusted in any major way is behind the exhaust pipe, all the way to the back. There was this piece, and you can see that's the end of the exhaust pipe, and then it goes to the, behind the muffler. It goes up to right where it hooked into the muffler. So the muffler's still intact. I'm sure it's not new quality by any means, but yeah. Here you can see the underside of the vehicle, which to my somewhat undiscerning eye looks pretty good. I'm told I need to probably clean out this gas tank. I think it's got old gas in it, which I wish it didn't, but it probably does. It's probably rusted. Yeah. So, short recap, I'm looking for a carburetor. If anyone watching knows anything about where I could obtain one, please let me know. Probably looking for the seat bottom to the back seat. Oh, and I'm gonna paint it, so I'm gonna sand it down, and yeah, so that'll be an interesting process. I'll definitely update you guys on how it's looking, and yeah, we'll see where this goes. Also, this is probably the spare rim, like I said, so if anyone knows where one of these rims might be, if you've got one of these, let me know. I'm really hoping someone who actually has a few parts for these ends up watching this, but if not, this is just to show you guys what's going on with it. Yeah, if I can find another one of these rims, then I've got the fourth new Yokohama tire to put on it. Figured I wouldn't bother. I'd leave this old one on this old spare for the time being, unless I can't find the proper rim. So in 2 days, I'm gonna come pick it up and move it to where it will spend its life indoors in a shop. So hopefully not get any more damage to it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll give updates on this.